Hey, Dimitri. So I was taking a look at our roadway here, and we're getting there. But I thought I would maybe go through a little bit of inspiration. I feel like this is one of the first times we're showing kind of what road technology looks like in the cyber corpo future. So I thought I would kind of maybe just go through a few of these. And can I actually flip between these? No, I can't. Here, and I'll just talk about the things I kind of like. So one of the things I'm really enjoying about this in particular is that it has this kind of it reminds me of some circuitry. I mean, some of it's nonsensical, but I like that the roadway is broken up here. We kind of have some lineage here. Just there's some like, you know, like some suggestion as to I think the like additional functionality of the roadways there. Um, in this in particular, I really like this like kind of this idea that there are these like panels underneath, or stations. There's something that that is on, like these are almost like these dividers. But I also like that it's this kind of greenery was it was added to it as well. So again, suggesting that something else is going on like with the road itself. Here it was just even though it's all monochrome, I feel like maybe we should take the opportunity to bring in some signage, really kind of get some overlay bits, and think about, what are these weird traffic roads? How do they communicate in the future? Is it all smart wired? Are you passengers in your cars? And what are you actually seeing from the vantage point? So here, an interesting sort of like sort of these neon divider bits. We have these like this kind of interesting like extra strange like pattern here for, I don't know, like maybe cars of the future get they get energy from going over these panels. I'm not sure. Here I really like the sort of like, even though it's a one particular highway, I kind of like this kind of clean buildup of like these extra segmentations, almost like kind of like a rail or some rail geometry. Here I really like that there, like I guess we have some dividers here, but it had this really like clean, like sort of track flavor to it, like where it's, like like here's a hover car, I don't know, this one's got wheels, whatever, but almost like that there's like some transit bits that where machines can snap into the highways for, I don't know, like accelerated mag lifts or something. I'm not sure. But I also like that it was interesting in that we didn't really have any rails here. So it was just, I don't know, it doesn't completely suggest everything to it, but I kind of like this, both the surface texture and sort of like this suggestion and sort of like this hard formation foundation bit. Here, interesting. I kind of like these like side rail things. They're kind of lit underneath. I mean, there's a car here, right? But there's something interesting about like this sort of like, I don't know, this track or road design. And granted, we have like multiples here, but I thought that was kind of like, I kind of really like this design element here. And then you can see some of that a little bit over here in some of the way that they've lit like the edges of the track or the road, I guess. Here is also interesting. Now, this is a little bit more of a traditional like road texture, but then I like the way that the road does. It just does it. It has some on these flat surfaces. There wasn't like a rail, but on the curves there was a rail. We don't really have that in particular, but also we had this very clean line. Like kind of neon guideline here. And so I don't know, there's something that I really liked about that. I also enjoyed that the upper decks here, you could see like they had, I don't know, it's almost like some art here kind of on the upper side or some kind of, suggestion of additional traffic. So here, like this is definitely like, a little bit crazier. But I did like that, like that we have this like long like strip here. It's like some kind of strip that's sort of the divider, but it's just not, it feels like I don't know what its function is, but it had kind of a visual pop to it that I really liked. It really draws the eye. And then everything else was kind of okay, but and then with some of these blues, kind of these neons. Again, it's generative art, so I'm not like, it's not a lot of function here, but I thought that I would put out there. Here I really like this, like I don't know, this idea that the roadway is also, you know how I am with circuitry. So we have all this like glowing circuitry. I think we should try to think about, maybe can we pull this design into our own roads a little bit and kind of figure out what that might look like. So um, here, like while we're talking about technology and sort of like what the city looks like, it was an interesting, like, again, we have these like larger patterns that are kind of dividing up the roads. There's some kind of maybe hollow displays or hollow energy, that really kind of challenged the conventions a bit here. But I also really like, for us, we're 30 cities stacked on top of each other, and we won't really show this now because we don't have a double decker for us. But I do like this idea of like when you have like we're gonna have ceilings to some degree and they're gonna be city floors basically, if you will. So kind of get an idea what that might look like. We did some ideation there. Here in this, there's something really cool about like these weird, like, I don't know, these like floral dome things. It's like this kind of version of art. Again, I don't think it fully fits us, but I do like this idea of, of like this foliage, where it's like, oh, like, and maybe this is more for the next level where we have basically where we have the like the more posh district, and we have where the people are living, all the high life people. So maybe we can bring some of this design into some of our roads. I think the road itself is a little boring, but I do like that. Like, I like that kind of element to it. Yeah. So I thought I would share that with you. We're getting there, and I'll talk to you soon.